First of all, Coach, just the excitement of starting conference play.
Yeah, it's an exciting time, especially the fact that I think this is the first time in about 7 years that we get everybody back on time. No ice storms in Chicago to delay flights. No, snowstorms across the country. Every year, the evening of the 25th is always kind of a nervous time for me to see if we can get our guys back. And it was the first time that everybody got back on the 26th and had a good practice. So it was, started off well, and then obviously we get a chance to play some home games, which we have not been able to do over the last 10 years. I'll be able to get a couple of home games. Now, all that to say, you got to take care of business and get it done. But we're off to a real positive start with it.
Normally, you're talking about playing the first four, so 5-7 on the road.
Right.
You couldn't have the first 4 6 at home.
Yep.
How big is these first 2 games?
Yeah, that's obviously it's a marathon run. Over the last 5 years, it's been a one bid league, and so conference play is absolutely crucial. Especially a little bit different, John, this year, in the fact that everybody's playing in that first round, so you're not, necessarily fighting for buys or whatever, but you are fighting for a good seed. But it's been, we were able to do some different things. We were able to kind of push them a little bit harder on the 27th because you knew that you were going to have today to be able to, recover and not be on a flight or not be on a, 6-hour, a 4-hour, or a 5-hour bus trip someplace. So it's, it feels good to be able to be home, but it's like I said to you, that the proof is in us playing well and taking care of business at home against the defending champions in the conference and on Saturday, and a Milwaukee team that has played really good basketball in this early session. They shoot the ball extremely well. They're very, very capable behind the 3 line, and anytime that you have a gifted offensive team, they can be very, very dangerous.
Conference opponents typically more, you kind of are more aware of them, and just less kind of guessing more familiar with them, but they got a first-year coach. How does that change?
Spent a lot of time, since over the first, 22nd, 23rd, and then obviously since when we've been back, spent a lot more. I shouldn't say a lot more time, but a lot of time, looking at film, getting calls, trying to get a sense of who they are. And out of your first 4 games, you've got 2 new coaches in the Wright State game and Milwaukee. So, just a lot of film work in terms of trying to get your guys accustomed to, what they're going to see and the style of play that they are. We've had a couple good days of practice. Our guys have come back, very, very focused. We've had as good of 2 or 3 days of practice that we've had since, all year long. And some of that has to do with the fact that we're healthy. It's really the first time since Akron or before Akron that we've had, Cam back. I think, Cam's probably 80-85%. Raheem is back. He's 100%. And really that, 5-day or 4 or 5 day break that they had, is really the first time that we've been healthy, really, since, I think, since Akron.
How much do you put away with having those, especially after the half at Ohio State?
What game was that?
Yeah.
Haven't talked about it, haven't brought it up. We're a much better offensive basketball team. Thought we played really well our last 3 games. Over break, I thought we played really well defensively, but we didn't put the ball in the basket, and it got out of hand. So, thanks for bringing that up.
What do you expect you guys to take from the non-conference portion of the schedule? Obviously, the strength of the schedule is going to be a major.
Right. Yeah. It was a challenging. Other than maybe 1 or 2 games, I thought we really played well. My hope was to get 7 or 8, wins when you kind of look at it. And I thought we got a lot out of it. I think we got a lot of answers in terms of, who can play where, what kind of strengths some of our guys have. As I said to our kids, when they got back on the 26th, we're not a finished product. I mean, there's spots in our game that we've got to get better at. We've got to keep on working at. Stay the course. Practice is important. Keep on working to get better. And I think, the conference play, we saw fast. We saw slow. We saw teams that are pounded inside. We saw teams that are really good on the perimeter. I think we're ready, but nothing replaces working hard. You have to play hard in this league. I don't care if you're home or you're away. If you're bringing a C effort, you're going to get beat. And our margin of error is such that we've got to play at a B to B plus effort every single night to be successful. So I think our kids know that. I think they're excited to get into to what I would call meaningful basketball, which is conference play.
Just for my own purposes, will you see that spectrum of different styles in the league with these new head coaches that you saw in the non-conference, or is there a certain style that the majority of these
Well, the 2 years ago, we mirrored, the old Big East and the Big Ten, where it's a clutch and hold league, where it's everything is physical and knock you down on every cut. I don't know the new guys well enough to know yet, what they're going to be. Their out of conference, stuff is, a lot of scoring, a lot more up tempo than the other teams are. But the dynamic when conference games start, pace of play slows. There's a lot more physicality. It's going to be interesting to kind of see how it plays out, because I think, I think it's very open. I think the league's very open. Obviously, everybody, touts, Valpo and Oakland. I think, both those teams are really good, but I think they have holes. And then after that, I think it's a toss-up. I really do. So it should be, a kind of an exciting, fun year in terms of league play.
As far as Milwaukee goes, and getting a sense of who they are, does that Jacksonville game, since both of you guys have a common opponent, help you decide a little bit more?
No, I mean, it's, that Jacksonville game for us was, double overtime game against Toledo. We left at 5 o'clock in the morning from here. I never felt we were right on that. Raheem got hurt. I'm not making excuses, but that's a game that we just weren't. We were never there, energy-wise, mentally. It's helped us in the fact that we've thrown that back in our kids' face. You know what I mean? That they've beaten them, and they did a really good job, against them and their pressure.